camouflage animals, and it looks like I see one over there on our right-hand side. It's going to be an okapi there. Now, they are closely related to the giraffe family, but most people, they think they are related to the zebra. It's because those black and white stripes they have. Yeah, but they are closely related to the giraffe. They actually have 7 neck vertebrae, just like a giraffe. Now over here on our left there, I see a saddle-billed stork. They're hanging on that watering hole. That saddle-billed stork there can be about 5 feet tall. Yeah, that wingspan, it can get to be about 9 feet long. To give you some perspective, if you look directly above you, that canopy, how wide it is, yeah, that's how wide that, that's how long that wingspan can get. Now over here in this watering hole, this is where those black rhinos like to hang out. Now it looks like I see one over here on our left-hand side, right by where this old tree has fallen into the river, the watering hole. You can see him hanging out there. Now that black rhino there can weigh about 3,000 pounds. Yeah, but I wouldn't challenge him to a race, because he can get speeds about 35 miles per hour, so very fast as well. Sadly, they are an endangered species due to poaching of that keratin horn. Sadly, there's less than 5,000 of them in the world left today. But luckily, due to the Disney Conservation Fund, we're trying to help better protect those endangered poached animals by hiring security teams to look out for them in the wild. Hopefully one day, we're going to lower that number of poached animals down to 0. Now over here on our right there, I see those bongos. They're going to be ones with the orange fur there. They get the nickname as the ghost of the Aturi forest due to them being very, very shy. As well as they have those slanted back horns, and the reason for that is so they can make a quick getaway through the thick, dense brush the forest has to offer. And on our left-hand side here, up there in the tree lining there, I see some tan fur, thin white stripes. Those are the greater kudu. Very easy to tell apart the different gender of them. The reason being is because the females, they have no horns, while the males, they do. So those are female greater kudu. Now, I'm not seeing any more animals here in the Little Aturi Forest, so we're going to start heading out of here and down into the Safi River. Now, throughout our safari today, folks, if I happen to spot animals, not spotting animals that you see, well, feel free to call them out. But if you don't know the names of those animals, Hakuna Matata, no worries. Feel free just to say you see an animal, and I'll do my best to spot it out. And like I said, we're heading down to the Safi River here, and that's where those hippos like to hang out. Looks like I see one over there on our right-hand side. Now, it looks like it is resting there from its long day of resting yesterday. They can stay submerged underwater for around 6 to 8 minutes at a time, folks, so we'll have to make sure we really keep our eyes out here for them. And there on our left there, I see some pink-back pelicans. It's a whole pot of them. Yeah, that's what a group of pink-back pelicans are known as, a pot. And these pink-back pelicans, they get their name for their pink back they have during mating season. Mating season for them, it's usually in the springtime. Now over there on our left-hand side as well, see some hippos down there. Looks like it's a bloat of them. Yeah, that's what a group of hippos are known as, a bloat. Now they can weigh around 5,500 pounds, those hippos. But yet they're pretty fast. Yeah, they can run the length of a football field in just 7 seconds. Oh, look on our left here, I see some Nile crocodiles. Now I want y'all to pay attention to how those mouths are open there. Yeah, they're cooling their body off there by opening up those mouths. It lets all that hot air escape and lets all that cool air in. That's how they cool that body down. Compared to us humans, we have those sweat glands. Now, I'm not much of a fan of these wet areas, so let's go ahead on out of here, and we're going to start making our way into a much different ecosystem and environment now, as well as a much drier one, too. Now, as we start to head on into this drier environment here, you'll start to notice all these trees start to change. And one you'll really start to notice here is coming up on our right-hand side. It's going to be known as this baobab tree. And it gets the nickname as the upside-down tree. Well, that's because those stems there, they look like the roots at the bottom of a tree. They can go around 9 months without any leaves on them. Yeah, and they can store tons and tons of water in their trunk. And they can live to be very old, too. Yeah, about 2,000 years old. So if that tree was on the last years of its life, that means it would have been planted in year 16. Now folks, we are now making our way into my favorite part of the whole entire reserve, and that is the savanna. Stretches on for hundreds and thousands of miles. It's a natural highway system for most animals like the zebras, the giraffes, the Ankole cattle, the white-bearded wildebeest, the sables, the springbok, all different types of animals. It's actually the part of Africa here we are helping to preserve. And also on our right-hand side here, I see some water buck. There's one with the brown fur over there, kind of laying out underneath that shady area, underneath the trees. Yeah, those water buck there, very interesting. They actually secrete this oil from their body, which helps to waterproof them. Yeah, so during whenever any predators try to sneak up on them, well, what they can do is they can just run right into the water to protect themselves. Now also that oil does have another purpose, and that's so they can find one another. So what they'll do is they'll secrete that oil, and then they'll sniff each other out to find one another.